Hey everyone, my name is Jason Oxen from 208 Discs in Boise, Idaho. Wanted to make a video today of some gift ideas for the holiday season, as well as my review of the new upgraded Latitude 64 luxury bag, which I'm super excited about. So we'll just talk about a few things that came out that make some good stocking stuffers for your loved ones, and then we'll get to the bag. So we got a new Dynamic Disc stainless steel water bottle. Keep your beverages cool, real clean look, liking the green. I have one of these in my bag, love it. Dynamic Disc offers multiple styles of beanies to keep your head warm during the winter. The Discover skate shoe style. It's kind of a casual shoe to wear away from the disc golf course, a way to sport the double Ds out on the streets a little bit. Really comfortable. I actually have a pair of these on right now. They're available in red and blue as well as gray, which is what I'm wearing, big gray guy. Anyway, we have the new Dynamic Disc Freaker Koozie. I wasn't a big koozie guy before, but I'm actually really digging these things. You can stretch these out to fit any size water bottle. I have one on my Gatorade right here, and it's still not even close to fully stretched out. Keep your beverages cool, has a nice DD logo on there. You can pop these things off and wash them, and they actually will mold right back into the original shape. Doesn't stay all super stretched out. Really nice. On top of that, we've got some new plastic blends from the Trilogy family. Really excited about these. They're kind of a cold temperature disc. Little soft, gummy in the warm, perfect in the cold. Dynamic Disc did the fluid line. Latitude 64 did the frost line. Westside Disc did the elastoplastic. These are all each company's version of the plastic, very similar to each other. I'm throwing a Fluid Truth right now. I absolutely love it. The only other discs that I want to talk about real quick that were new releases are the Claymore. Now the Claymore is available in the Frost line, but it's also available in Opto. And if you have not thrown a Claymore yet, you need to get out there and check one out immediately. I already had like 3 mid-ranges in my bag. Thought I had everything covered, not much of an overlap going on in there. This Claymore has actually replaced 2 of my 3 mids, and I cannot say enough about this disc. You can power up on it, you can power down on it. It'll hold pretty much any line you put on it. Mine's straight to a little understable, but has a nice little soft finish, very predictable finish at the end. I'm throwing mine in the Opto plastic. Absolutely love this mid-range. Really popular around here. Hard to keep them in stock. Love this disc. The other disc that came out recently has become one of my go-to drivers. This is a Dynamic Disc Freedom Speed 14 understable driver. One of the only things keeping me from being able to throw a complete Trilogy bag was an understable fast driver, and this is it. Slower arm speeds are going to absolutely love this disc, even beginners. It's a Speed 14, but in my opinion, you don't even really have to be able to throw a Speed 14 disc to enjoy this. I don't throw a lot of Speed 14s myself. This thing, I can power grip on this, slight hyzer snap, bomber straightness with slight understable flight pattern to it, really predictable finish at the end. Love this thing. Bigger arms, use it for a roller or big flip shots down the fairway. Cannot get enough of this Freedom. I have like 5 of them in my bag right now, just trying to dial in which ones I like the most. But this was a much needed disc from Dynamic Disc, and I absolutely love it. Other things that are coming up that are pretty important right now is the Glass Blown Open, 2015 Glass Blown Open. Going to be one of the biggest tournaments of the year this year, April 30th through May 2nd. Those are the dates of the tournament. There's actually events going on days prior to that. They have a smaller C tier going on. They have putting championships. They're going to have clinics. I mean, it's just going to be an awesome experience. If you haven't signed up for that, you need to go to dynamicdisc.com, click on tournaments, take you straight to registration for that. They're actually playing some courses that I played 2 years ago at AmWorlds. Country Club, Municipal, Peter Pan is one of my favorites. Really good courses. I went to AmWorlds in Emporia a couple years ago. Cannot say enough about my experience. Don't normally travel that far east for tournaments, but I wanted a shot at AmWorlds, wanted to go down there and check it out. And the environment is crazy in Emporia. They've got the main street there with the Granada Theater, Dynamic Disc right across the street. It's so awesome to go and be able to see all the top pros. They had clinics going on. There was putting championships in downtown Emporia in the streets. And Dynamic Disc really knows how to run a tournament. I've been to bigger tournaments, Memorial and such like that. I would have to say that AmWorlds a couple years ago is my favorite tournament that I've ever been to, and Dynamic Disc's ability to throw such a great tournament was definitely a memorable experience for me. I mean, everybody heard about the player packs, but away from that, it was well ran, it was a lot of fun, everybody was really welcoming. Being able to drop into the DD store and check that out was crazy. So they're looking for 900 players for that tournament this year, which is a huge number, but they've already got about 500 registered. So I highly recommend you check out that tournament. Go to dynamicdisc.com, get signed up. It's going to fill really fast now that they're down to the last 400 or so spots. So I just wanted to make a mention of that because I had such a great time down there. It was so well ran that I highly recommend you go down and check it out this year. I have done a couple videos before, whether you've seen them or not. They were mostly bag related videos, just some reviews. The last one that I did, or actually the first one that I did, was a review and a comparison between the Dynamic Disc Ranger, which is actually the bag that I use right now, love it, the Grip A14 Tour Series, and then this first run of Latitude 64 Luxury bag. Now, I didn't really have a lot of complaints about this bag initially, and I still really don't. But I'm going to go over a few things on here that have been upgraded in the newest version, and I'll show you why it's so much nicer. So this first run came out in the black and white color only. I thought it looked really clean. The logos on it, really nice, not overdone. Pockets were good. No complaints about storage. Capacity is one of the largest out there in the backpack style bags. Not only do you have your lower capacity down here, but all the different pockets that they put in here allowed for extra disc storage, which was awesome. One of the things that I didn't like about this bag in particular was this top flap. We'll go over that. So on the top flap on this first run, it was just a horizontal zipper right here, flat compartment on the top, and in my opinion it was just kind of really difficult to get into. This bag in particular, I've actually just had this here in the store. It's not a used bag or anything like that, but just over time from unzipping this, zipping it, putting some stuff in here, taking it out, it's already kind of just gotten bent up a little bit, a little crumply. Kind of shows a little bit of wear up here from it. It was just a really funky compartment in the top of the bag. They meant well. It actually has a lot of storage in here. I mean, there's all kinds of room to put your rain jacket in there or some extra drinks or whatever. So it wasn't really the storage of it. It was just kind of the funkiness of the top pocket. Thought it was a little weird. We'll get to that on the new version. Other things that I saw over time with this was the straps didn't quite have enough padding, in my opinion. It does have a good enough, it has some padding in there, and it wasn't too bad. I've seen worse, but I felt like that was something that they could have added to a little bit and didn't. There were some things that I really liked about it though, as far as the storage. It has the umbrella holder. It has a rain fly available, so not only do you have the rain fly on there, but you got an umbrella holder that allows your umbrella to stay open on top of the bag, and I really like that. Other than that, didn't really have a lot of positives or negatives to it. It was a new bag, just came out, looked pretty cool, good storage, a nice little variety to the Ranger bag and the Grip bag. It was competitively priced at $200, right in between the Ranger and the Grip. I thought it was a good start and a good first impression for Latitude 64 to be trying to put out a new bag. I think they did really well with it. I didn't see a lot of things that were going to be a problem down the road. I used the bag for a while, didn't really have any complaints, not a lot of tippage or anything. Funky top pocket, lack of colors to choose from. I've seen all kinds of people customize these black and whites by getting some fabric marker and coloring all this in, customizing all this. I thought that was pretty cool. I've seen some really cool color combinations. People did like the Rasta color or flag stamp or whatever, kind of personalized their bag to them a little bit, made up for the lack of colors available. So that was pretty cool. But we're going to talk about the upgraded version. Boom. Love this bag. First impression right away was wow. The first thing that I saw when I pulled this bag out of the box was that they changed the top flap. We'll get to that in a second. Let's talk about the color to begin with. Now, The only two available colors right now for this new upgraded version are the black and white still, and it's very similar to the initial bag. And then we have the digital camo. I love digital camo. I think it looks great. You know, military related. 208 Dis is big on that. I try to digi-camo it up whenever I can. Absolutely love the color on it. A little bit different from some of the other manufacturers' digi-camo. This is more like kind of a desert camo as opposed to a regular digi-camo. They didn't rip off anybody else's design or the pattern even. It's kind of original, looks great. DG Luxury right up on here. Same type of deal with all the logos, real clean. On the digi-camo version, they did a black imitated leather as opposed to the white. Not customizable anymore, but in my opinion, it would have looked kind of funky anyway on a digi-camo bag to have a bunch of wild colors on there or whatever. But the black looks really clean with this digi-camo. So logos are all the same for the most part. They switched this up a little bit, put it right in the middle here as opposed to just a little logo off the side there. Looks the same on the side logo-wise. Same deal with the back. Got the little Latitude 64 logos on here. Looks real good. I just think the black and the digi-camo just pop perfectly together. Really clean look. Absolutely love it. Okay, so capacity-wise, we're still at the same capacity. It's larger capacity than other bags on the market right now in the backpack style, and I'm kind of grateful for that. I was actually in a little phase there where I was kind of slimming down my lineup a little bit. I was using a little C14 grip bag for some of my casual rounds and trying to get myself down to about 13, 14 discs. Don't really know why. I think I'm experimenting a little bit with a bunch of discs, and I thought it was nice to be able to have all those in my bag so I could throw them if I got to a scenario where I thought I might use that. But when I went down to the smaller bag, I didn't have that option. I actually had to kind of sacrifice a little bit and take some of the discs out that I wanted to mess around with. So I've kind of switched my mind frame a little bit and went to a larger bag because I just want to have some extra stuff in there. It's winter time right now. We're not in PDGA sanctioned events. Good opportunity to try out some new plastic, the Fluid Truth, the Claymore, the Freedom. I've still got all my original drivers and everything in my bag, but I like to mess around with some stuff over the winter and see if I can get some things dialed in. So I'm welcoming a larger bag with some more capacity right now. It's real nice. And I'm a big fan of lots of pockets. I don't usually like to take a lot of stuff on my round with me, but you know, with the winter here, you're adding in a stool, your umbrella, maybe a hooded sweater, a thermos as opposed to a regular cold drink or something. So being able to have some extra room is always nice. But we're still looking at the same capacity for the most part. Approximately 20 discs. So I've actually got 20 in here right now. I have 4 mids in, and back in the day I wouldn't have that many mids in, but I'm starting to throw mid-ranges a lot better, and I'm kind of fine-tuning that part of my game. So I wanted to stick more than just a couple mids in here. They're a little bit fatter of a disc, not so low profile. So I really wanted to test that capacity out a little bit and see if it really was around 20 with some mids in there as well, and it very much is. There is a little removable divider in this bag that just Velcros in. So if you're not a fan of that, I always popped mine out of the Rangers. You can pop it right out of here. If you decide to put it back in there later, you can do that. So that's great. But I'm at about 20 discs in here right now. This is a brand new bag, hasn't been worn in at all or anything. And there's still room in there for another 1 or 2 discs without having to worry about warping anything or having it too packed in there, which is nice. In actuality, you can probably fit about 28 to 30 discs in this bag altogether if you were to utilize all the side pockets available. There's so many pockets in here, and a good chunk of them are actual disc size. So if you're one of those guys that wants to keep a couple utility discs, really overstable or an extra mid or something like that, that you're not necessarily going to use the entire round, but you might find yourself in a scenario where you're going to want to use it once or twice. That's where this bag is nice, because you can have all your go-tos right down here in the bottom, and then you have a number of other pockets available to kind of throw some things in there that you may not use so often in your round. Or if you just like to carry that many discs around, you're set there too. So capacity-wise, we're still the same. 20 discs Got the 20 down here with a little room to go. Got some other pockets to put the discs in. Double putter pocket still on the side. Real nice. Still not super stretched out, but when you put your 2 putters in there, it's a really nice clean fit and they're not moving around a bunch. I'm a big fan of the side pockets. So putter pocket, side pocket is where it's at. Sometimes you keep your bag on and you want to reach back there, grab and putt out. A lot better in my opinion than having to reach over your shoulder or otherwise. So always been a big fan of that. They got the little mini pocket here on the side. Got my Trilogy Ghost Stamp Mini in there. I like having all this stuff right here because you can just grab your Mini out, mark your spot, putt out. We'll pull those out of there for a second and talk about the first side pocket behind the putter pocket. No mini pockets inside of here, no netting or anything like that. Just a straight up legit side pocket. This is one of them that I spoke about that's actually disc sized. So you could stick a couple extra putters in there if you want for your putting practice. A couple extra mids in there, or like I said, the utility discs that get used a couple times around. You got those right in there, not taking away from your capacity at all. Really nice. We got the side pocket up here. Still the front zipper design. Really cool little side pockets. I'm digging them. I really like the way they put the logo right here. It kind of complements it. It's a little bit of funky shaped pocket, but when you put the logo on there like that and have the front zip access, I think it works out really well. You can put whatever you want in here, rule book, some snacks. That's good. Flip around to the other side. Same side pocket here, front zipper on it, a little extra storage. Then we have a side pocket right down here. Maybe valuables, wallet, rule book, retriever, dirt bag, number of items you could put in there. Little side pocket. I'm always a big fan of having certain things in certain pockets when I'm on around. I like to know where my phone is. I like to know where my dirt bag is if I need it. I've had bags in the past where I'm constantly looking through all the pockets trying to figure out where I put what. In this one, this is a perfect example of a bag where I'm going to have a certain spot for everything and I'm going to know right where it's at. It also makes it a little easier if you have a caddy out at a tournament who's not so familiar with your bag. You can give them a quick rundown of where you got your stuff at. Works out just fine. So we still have the umbrella pocket on here, and I'm a big fan of that. I'll grab my umbrella. So no other bag on the market right now has this option, and I love it. Especially helpful if you have a caddy, like I said, because they're going to have their hands free to wipe your discs off or take a score down for you or jot some notes down. Keep them from having to hold on to an umbrella. So basically what happens here is you have the top strap, it's an adjustable strap. There is a hole behind this pocket, and then we have a little spot right down here away from your drink carrier where the handle to your umbrella is going to go. So try not to block the view here too much, but I'm just going to give you a demo of how this works. So you stick it right through the strap there, run it down right behind the pocket, and stick it right down in that spot. Then you can cinch up this cord right here. And you have an open umbrella when you're walking around out on the course. Don't have to hold it, keeps you dry, keeps your equipment dry. Really awesome little feature that they put on this bag. Never been a big umbrella guy, but I know that if I'm using this bag, I'm definitely gonna keep one in there just because how nice is that to be able to walk around and have an umbrella opened up above you. You don't have to hold it or anything. It's awesome. Or setting your bag down out on the park somewhere and being able to walk away from it and have it covered. We've all been there where we open up our umbrella and kind of lay it on the ground and have it partially covering the bag, and then wind blows it off down the fairway or something. It's annoying. So really good little option there. Okay, and then we got the drink carrier over here. Now, this is one of the first upgrades from the first bag. I didn't really have any problem with the initial first run of the Latitude bag. It had a larger drink carrier on it. Seemed to work out just fine. I got my Gatorade in there. You can fit pretty much anything in there, but they actually increased the size of this drink holder a little bit, as well as put a drawstring on it. And I didn't know how I'd feel about that initially, but actually I really like it because you can put a smaller drink in there and cinch that bad boy up. and it's good to go. If you want to put something larger in there, or a thermos or whatever, you can do that too. So that was a welcomed upgrade. It worked out really well. They actually have a little hole in the bottom there, so if you get any kind of condensation or a little bit of drippage or whatever, it's going to pop right out of that hole instead of staining up the bottom of your cup holder. Okay, on the side pocket, we got some larger zipper gussets right over here that were really nice, makes for a cleaner zip. Other upgrades include more padding in the straps, and I wouldn't even have really complained about that. I didn't the first time. I thought they were a little thin for how big the bag was and how heavy it is when you have it completely full, but they actually did put extra padding in there, and it's very, very nice. I haven't got to use this one out on the course yet, but I know it's going to be a lot more comfortable. That compared with the ribbing on the back should be money. They strengthen the sidewalls up and the inside, and you can tell the difference. If you had the first run and then you feel this, you will immediately feel how much stiffer it is on the side. That's definitely going to help in the long run with wear and tear. It should hold up really well. Big fan of it. In the bottom, they have the nice little plastic sleeve along there, so if you're setting it down on the ground, you're not getting any moisture up through the bottom of the bag. And some of the other bags don't have that feature, and I really like that they went the extra mile and did that. Front flap here goes right down inside just like before and velcros in. We got the front pocket right down here for some extra storage. Really nice. Just another pocket. And then the other upgrade, which was the most important to me, was this top flap. Absolutely love what they did with this new one. There's a little, it feels almost like a fiberglass insert on the flap of the pocket in here. Still makes it nice and durable and stiff. Not anything that's going to get worn a bunch or crinkle or crumple or show any unnecessary wear. Really nice top pocket. It's not horizontally zipped and opened anymore. It's a nice upside down U shape to the zipper. And same amount of storage as before in here, just way more easier to get into. You can open this up, reach in here, grab your drinks, whatever you need to do. And then they also moved the rainfly pouch right up inside of here. It's velcroed up in here. You just open that up, grab your rainfly out. Don't have to search around for it. It's ready to go, ready to be strapped on. Save your stuff, keep it dry. Rainfly is exactly the same as before. Has preset snaps on it. Snap it on just like that, covers the entire bag. Really nice. So between having the rainfly and the umbrella holder, perfect way to protect your investment. Absolutely love it. I hate it when my stuff's getting all wet and nasty. It's been raining and snowing around here a bunch. All right, so here's my final take on the upgraded Latitude 64 luxury bag. I absolutely love it. From the second I pulled it out of the box, saw that they redid the front flap, making it way easier to get into, and not only that, they put the rainfly Velcro pouch right inside of there, real quick to get to, real easy. More padding on the straps. Got the drawstring on the larger drink carrier over here. They didn't give up any features. It still has all the storage, all the capacity. Love the double putter pocket over on the side. Big fan of that. Minis right there next to it. Inside's got the plastic cover, removable divider in there, real clean logos. Loving the Digicam look. I can't really find anything about this bag that I can complain about. And I've scrutinized disc golf bags quite a bit. If you're a newer player, maybe thinking about your first backpack style bag, I'd still encourage you to check out the Dynamic Disc Ranger. I use that to this day. I have one of the newer runs, but I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. It's held up really well. I really like that bag. Where I'm at right now in the winter with the experimenting of new discs and whatnot, I'm welcoming the extra storage capacity at this time. I'm welcoming the extra pockets so that I can stick, you know, my umbrella and my rain gear in there, some extra drinks, maybe a thermos instead of a Gatorade. And this was perfect for the winter season. It's got the rainfly, pop the umbrella up over the top of it. I absolutely love this bag. I've done my best in this review to cover everything. If you ever have any questions, feel free to contact me, 208disc.com. I'm on Facebook. Phone number's on there. You can give me a call day or night. I'd be happy to help you. I've been there. I've been through so many bags. It's nice that I have a store and I can kind of grab a bag and go with it or whatever, but not everybody has that luxury. sometimes $200. You got one shot at it. You're going to pick your bag, you're going to go with it, and you don't want to regret it. And I think this is a good, solid purchase. The fact that it's been upgraded from the first run, you don't have to worry about anything that was a complaint before. And I can't get enough of this bag. From the second I saw it, I knew I was going to switch over to it. Let me know if you have anything more that you'd like to know about it. If you'd like to order one, I'd be happy to ship one out to you. They're available at dynamicdisc.com as well. Price point's $199, which is a nice happy medium between the Ranger and the Grip. I don't think it's too much at all. I think it offers everything that you'd want in a disc golf bag. So I hope you'll give this Latitude bag a chance. I'm digging it. I think you will too. The only other thing I wanted to say was please support women's disc golf. We're seeing more and more numbers out there. I've done my best in my local area and in other states to try to boost those numbers. But it's really important for people to get out there and throw down some CTPs or just invite some women out. Don't intimidate them. Be very welcoming. I love women's disc golf. I have multiple women on my team right now, little Abby's on my team, and I can't get enough of it, but I do see a lack of support out there, and I'd like to see people just give a little extra effort towards growing the numbers of women's disc golf, because it's just an important group that we need to not overlook. So support women's disc golf, 208disc.com, Latitude luxury bag, and have a Merry Christmas.